Before you hear another soft, romantic story about rose quartz, let me tell you this. Rose quartz is not a cute love crystal. It is one of the most emotionally dangerous crystals if you don't understand how it actually works. This stone doesn't give you love. It forces you to face where love was broken inside you, and once that process begins, there is no pretending, no bypassing, no spiritual shortcuts. If you're still listening, it means your soul is already ready for this truth. Rose quartz has been used for thousands of years, not just for attraction, but for emotional rewiring. Ancient Egyptians used it to slow emotional aging. Greek mythology linked it to irreversible soul bonding. Eastern energy systems never used it casually. They used it after trauma, grief, and emotional fragmentation. Most people wear rose quartz hoping someone else will love them. That's not how it works. Rose quartz activates self-perception first, and only then, external love mirrors appear. This stone does not attract love. It removes the blocks that prevent love from staying. What rose quartz really is. Rose quartz is a silicon dioxide crystal infused with microscopic titanium, iron, or manganese inclusions. These inclusions vibrate at a frequency that directly interacts with the heart's electromagnetic field. Your heart is not symbolic. It produces the strongest electromagnetic signal in your body. Rose quartz subtly entrains that field, slowing it down, softening it, and making emotional memories surface. That's why some people feel emotional waves, sudden sadness, or unexpected memories when working with it. The crystal isn't causing pain. It is releasing emotional compression stored in the heart space. Emotional healing, the real process. Rose quartz works in layers, not instantly. First, it exposes emotional patterns. You may notice repeated thoughts about past relationships, childhood wounds, or unmet needs. This is not regression, this is integration beginning. Second, it dissolves emotional armor. People who have learned to survive by shutting down emotionally feel vulnerable with this stone. That vulnerability is the doorway to healing. Third, it rebuilds emotional safety internally. Instead of seeking validation, the nervous system starts recognizing safety from within. This is why rose quartz heals heartbreak slowly, but permanently. Quick attraction fades, nervous system safety stays. Rose quartz and self-worth. Here is the truth few talk about. Rose quartz will repel people who thrive on your low self-worth. After working with it, toxic connections often fall apart without drama. Why? Because your energy stops negotiating for love. You stop accepting crumbs, your standards shift quietly. This crystal doesn't make you chase love. It makes love chase alignment. Love manifestation. What actually happens? When used correctly, rose quartz does not manifest a person. It changes your emotional frequency. And emotional frequency determines who feels comfortable around you, who stays, who leaves, who never approaches again. You don't attract what you want, you attract what your nervous system is familiar with. Rose quartz rewires that familiarity. How to use rose quartz properly. Wearing it on the left side of the body keeps the heart receptive. Sleeping with it near the chest accelerates emotional release. Meditating with it on the heart chakra amplifies subconscious healing. But intention matters more than placement. If you use rose quartz while suppressing emotions, it becomes inactive. If you use it with honesty, it becomes powerful. Never rush this stone. It works on emotional timing, not ego timing. Who should be careful? Rose quartz is not ideal during emotional numbness denial. If someone is avoiding feelings entirely, this stone can feel overwhelming. It is also not a revenge manifestation crystal. It will neutralize resentment before it gives affection. Rose quartz chooses emotional truth over comfort. Why rose quartz changes relationships permanently. Once your heart learns safety without external validation, relationships either evolve or disappear. This is not loss, this is alignment correction. That's why people say, after rose quartz, I can't tolerate what I once accepted. That is not coincidence, that is energetic maturity. Rose quartz is not soft. It is gentle but uncompromising. It heals the heart by teaching it how to feel without fear. And this is only the surface of what this crystal truly does. The deeper layers are far more intense, far more transformative, and far more misunderstood. The hidden intelligence of rose quartz. Rose quartz is not passive energy. It carries emotional intelligence, not intention-based magic. This crystal does not respond to desire. It responds to emotional honesty. That is why two people can use the same rose quartz and experience completely opposite results. One feels peace, the other feels emotional chaos. The crystal amplifies what already exists beneath the surface. If love is blocked by fear, it brings fear up. If love is blocked by grief, it brings grief up. If love is blocked by self-abandonment, it exposes that pattern without mercy. Rose quartz does not lie. It does not comfort illusions. It aligns you with emotional truth. Rose quartz and the subconscious mind. Most people think healing happens in the heart. It doesn't. Healing happens in the subconscious emotional memory field. Rose quartz communicates directly with stored emotional imprints, moments when you learned love meant sacrifice, moments when affection was inconsistent, moments when silence felt safer than expression. These imprints decide who you fall for, how much you tolerate, how deeply you receive. Rose quartz does not erase memories. It removes emotional charge from them. That's why people suddenly stop craving unavailable love after working with this stone. The craving was never about the person. It was about unfinished emotional loops. Why rose quartz can feel heavy. Here is a truth rarely said out loud. If rose quartz feels heavy, uncomfortable, or emotionally exhausting, it means your heart has been holding unprocessed emotion for a long time. The stone is not draining you. It is releasing pressure your nervous system normalized. Many stop using it at this stage. Those who continue experience a complete emotional recalibration. This phase is not punishment. It is emotional detox. Rose quartz and attachment styles. Rose quartz has a powerful effect on attachment wounds. Anxious attachment begins to soften, avoidant attachment begins to crack, trauma bonding loses its grip. Why? Because the stone restores internal emotional regulation. You stop confusing intensity with love, you stop equating effort with worth, you stop mistaking anxiety for passion. Love begins to feel calm, and calm starts to feel attractive. That is real transformation. Rose quartz in relationships. When rose quartz enters your energy field, relationships change even if you do nothing externally. You speak less, but more honestly. You react less, but more clearly. You tolerate less, but without aggression. People either rise to your emotional level or remove themselves. Rose quartz does not destroy relationships. It removes emotional distortion. What remains is real. The spiritual misconception. Rose quartz is often labeled as high vibration love. That is incomplete. This stone works in emotional neutrality first. Only then does higher love emerge. You cannot manifest unconditional love while abandoning yourself conditionally. Rose quartz fixes that contradiction. Advanced way to work with rose quartz. Instead of affirmations, use emotional permission. Hold the stone and internally say, "I allow myself to feel without judgment." That single sentence activates deeper healing than any scripted affirmation. This crystal works best with presence, not performance. The ultimate truth. Rose quartz does not make you lovable. It reminds you that you already were. And once the nervous system understands that truth, you no longer beg for love, chase love, or fear losing love. You become the place love stays. If this knowledge shifted something inside you, even slightly, it means your heart recognized truth. This is not aesthetic spirituality, this is emotional mastery. And this crystal is only powerful for those brave enough to feel. If you want the next part, where I reveal what rose quartz does at the soul contract level, and why some connections appear only after working with it, make your presence known. Your energy is already speaking.